Satnam everybody, Salimah here from Yoga Vision. I'm so glad you tuned in. Today is a special experience. We're going to have the technology of Kundalini Yoga, plus I'll give you a little rundown on numerology, how it works, as well as a description of each of the 10 bodies. You may find little reverberations of yourself in there, and maybe it'll spark an interest in knowing more about how these two practices, these 3 bodies of knowledge come together and form the basis and the platform for your elevation. Thank you for joining us. Let's begin our practice. This one is called the Kriya for Elevation. So we've spent the first part of the week clearing anger, and now is a different platform. Now that you've cleared out what has been holding you back, now's the time to step up on that pedestal and to take a look at what else could be on offer. How else do you want to feel? Where else can you put yourself? And so this Kriya for Elevation and the meditation to open opportunity is a perfect way to do that. Welcome, let's start our practice. Sitting up tall and straight. You can do most of this practice in a cross-legged position, and we'll give you options. Watch Cindy in the corner of the screen. Cindy will give you some options in terms of the modifications. Let's begin. Sitting up tall and straight. Bring your hands onto your knees. Close your eyes, settle in. Settle into the deepest part of you. Scan your body for sensation. Let your body give you the signal to be here, present, aware, awake, alive. And as you breathe, notice the quality and characteristics of your breath. Notice if it's shallow or deep. Relax your inner thigh muscles. Relax your shoulders, separate your teeth, relax your jaw. Notice that you can now breathe a little bit more deeply. Flowing from one nostril more than the other, totally fine. Every 2.5 hours, we breathe more directly from one nostril more than the other. This is cueing the hemispheres of the brain. Is your breath cool or warm? Just taking notice. Noticing your disposition, your internal nature and your character. More on the warm side, more on the cool side. No judgment, just an opportunity to learn. Now inhale for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4. And from here, we'll break the breath into segments. Inhale 3 sniffs, exhale 3 sniffs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep going now. This segmented breath is a good way to regulate your nervous system. Segmented breath allows the mind to come to presence, and it's a powerful breath, a way to learn how to control the life force within you. Take some time, take some practice. Over the course of today's Kriya, we'll be utilizing breath of fire a little bit, some postures to help move energy around the shoulders and the heart to elevate. Good, last round. Beautiful. Sit quietly now. Notice, take a moment to reflect. Prepare yourself mentally for the Kriya. Some movements lying down, some standing, some seated. Preparing for all of those options by making sure that you have some props available to you. Let's begin with tuning in. Press your palms together at the center of your chest. Lift your shoulders. Close your eyes and focus in between the eyebrows and slightly above. We open with the Adi mantra, Ong Namo. Gurudev Namo, I bow to the teacher within. I call on my highest consciousness. Taking a deep inhale. Through the nose, exhale, center at your forehead. Inhale from the base of your spine. Inhale, bring all the energy up. Exhale through your third eye. One more time, inhale very deeply. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Gurudev Namo. Softly relax your hands all the way down to your knees. Taking a moment, thinking about where in your life you'd need to level up, where you would like to level up, and where you can. Pick one topic, pick one area of attention, and let's stay on that focus for the duration of today's practice. Come all the way down onto your back and preparing for the first part of today's Kriya. We'll forego the warm-ups for today's practice and move right into stretch pose. So stretch pose has a few different options. I'll give you those options first and then show you what is the full expression of this experience. So first thing to keep in mind is that we're really activating the navel center. And so here as you lie down, spread yourself deeply within. So feel yourself pressing up against the mat. If you have lower back challenges, you can tuck your hands underneath your buttocks so you have a little bit more leverage. I suggest doing that, it's no harm, to add on a little bit more support to your body itself. Now, to experience this full practice, this part of the practice, the legs should be straight and a little bit of pressure on the abdominal area. So here's the modification. Bend your knees and bring your knees to your chest and just hover right there. Perfect. For the rest of you, bring your knees to your chest and then extend the legs all the way out in front of you. So straight out in front. And from here, breathe deeply. We're not here for too long, just long enough to feel a little bit of pressure. And then we'll begin breath of fire in just a moment once you feel ready and secure in this posture. So take breaks when you need to. Tuck your feet down if you need to. Bring your knees to your chest if you need to, or raise them up as high as you can. We're just about halfway there. Now begin breath of fire. If you're pregnant or menstruating, just stick with long, deep breathing. And for the rest, stick your tongue out, begin panting like a dog. This is the step into breath of fire. Excellent. Close your mouth now and go right to breath of fire. 30 seconds. Excellent. Take a deep inhale. Bring your knees to your chest. And then slowly, softly, relax your feet down. So your knees are bent, relax your feet down. Beautiful. Take a moment here. Starting with a little bit of compression. For the next part of the exercise, bring your knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your knees. With any neck or spinal issues, keep your head down on the mat. Otherwise, you can bring your nose to your knees. Breathe deeply here. Remember, at any time, you can relax your head down. This is a starting place. It doesn't have to be your ending place. It's a starting place. Inhale very deeply, squeeze everything in. Exhale completely. Relax yourself down, drop your feet down to the mat. From here, tip your legs to the right side, and then draw yourself all the way up into a cross-legged position. Coming into position for ego eradicator. Bring your arms all the way up into a V-shaped position. Thumbs are pointing upwards, fingers are into the fists. If the wide angle doesn't work, you can lower your elbows down to the sides of your body, just as Cindy is demonstrating. Pick your best option and begin long, deep breathing. So you can breathe long and slow and deep, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4. And in just a few moments, we'll ramp this up into breath of fire. From here, go right to breath of fire. So keeping the mouth closed, it's a rapid breath. Activating the navel center, detoxifying, cleansing the breath. Remember, elevation requires us to leave behind what is no longer serving and to take that next step up, to level up, to elevate. Almost there. Removing the negative ego, inspiring the positive ego. The thumbs are pointing upwards, almost like an antenna. We want the safety and security of the ego in certain situations, not all of them. Take a deep inhale, touch the thumb tips over your head. And exhale now, float your fingertips all the way down to the ground. Make a contact with your fingers to the ground itself. Feel the ground, feel supported, feel rooted. A safe platform. So taking a moment now, sit in your cross-legged position. Feel the energy that you have generated just in these first few moments. Let the energy circulate. And let's move on now. Bringing yourself into a wide-legged V-shaped position, so extending your legs out to the sides. Make that comfortable. Make it most comfortable for you. Maybe you put a prop underneath your buttocks. And from here, inhale, bring both arms all the way up to center. Inhale very deeply. If arms don't stretch to center, come halfway. Good. From here, take a deep inhale. Reach both hands towards your left foot. Good. And then inhale, come to center. Exhale to the right side. And then continue, go at your own pace. Find a way to move that allows you to stay in the circuit of your breath, to stay in the energy of your breath. Remember, it doesn't matter how far you go, more that you stay in the essence of this. Make it powerful, make it prayerful. This particular Kriya is associated also with numerology. Numerology is the year, month, and date that you chose to arrive on this time-space reality. Numerology answers the 5 questions of life. We'll cover those next. Good, last one on each side. Good, raise your arms all the way up to center. And from here, exhale, bring both hands down so your left hand touches your left thigh, right hand touches your right thigh. Relax here, stretching forward, best you can, lead with your chest, hold and breathe. Options, you can stay here with your stillness or inhale up, raising the chest slightly and exhaling down. Inhale up and exhale down. So if you're doing the modification, my suggestion is to stay here still. And if you have a little bit more movement on offer, reaching forward. Good, beautiful. Numerology answers the 5 questions of life. Who am I? What am I here to master? What are my gifts and talents? What's the minimum I must do before I leave this planet? And then finally, how do I transform my life? Such important information is contained in the day you were born that was set as your roadmap, as your destiny. And this Kriya itself can help you feel out all of those different aspects. There are 10 facets to a human life. Human. Hu meaning light, man meaning experience. Human. Inhale deeply, bring yourself to a tall, straight spine. Close your eyes. And through the nose, exhale. Bring your legs back to center, and then come back into a cross-legged position. We're moving into spinal flex. Hands are on your shins. Inhale as you press the spine forward, and exhale as you roll all the way to the back. Inhale, press the spine forward. Exhale, go all the way to the back. In your first body, you are light, you are love, and you are Kundalini Yoga. You are the experience of being human, leader. In your second body, you are sensing out, looking for danger, a longing to belong, an opportunity to know yourself. And you see this first through the lens of negativity. In your third body, you are creative, nurturing, your positive mind. You see possibility everywhere. You know how to get the best out of everybody, especially yourself. You need filtering, you need clearing. You are the conduit through the subconscious mind. Inhale very deeply, come to center, and through the nose, exhale. So we worked on the lower spine, moving energy and starting to get that rippling effect through the body. Now, switching the movement will switch the focus in the spine. So come on into rock pose now, onto your knees and onto your heels. If you have sensitivity in your knees and heels, you can stay in cross-legged position, just as Cindy is going to demonstrate. So here in rock pose for the rest of us, bring your hands onto your thighs and begin spinal flex now, and notice the shift, the change in how the movement and the posture affect the energy flow. Inhaling as you come forward, exhaling all the way to the back. Spinal flex. The fourth body is all about the neutral mind. So how do you come to neutral? You act, but you don't react. So you take a leadership role here too. Neutral is a place of elevation. Neutral is where you can connect. Non-reactive, putting aside the drama and the trauma, and being in spaciousness. Platform for elevation, fourth body. In your fifth body, you are a teacher. You know how to sacrifice what's good for what's even better. Your fifth body. In your sixth body, you are sacred. You are aware of yourself as a holy, sacred being. You have a halo from earlobe to earlobe. For women, from one nipple to the other. For holy people, over the tops of the feet. All of these different aspects inform who you are, and how you show up, and where you don't show up, to be quite honest. Last two. And last one. Sit up tall and straight, let the energy flow. Close your eyes, be here. Good, and release. Stay here in the posture, bring your hands onto your shoulders. Elbows are wide open. Make sure that you have space around you. Inhales, you twist to the left. Exhales, you twist to the right. If shoulders are uncomfortable, you can keep your hands onto the top of your chest. You can even lower your hands down to your waist and move from side to side. Remember, it's not as far as you go or how deep you stretch, but more that you show up, more that you take an interest in your own spiritual development and in moving your body, moving your mind. In your seventh body, you are your aura. You are the natural energy that emanates from every single thing that you think, every single thing that you float through your mind. And so you can see where meditation becomes so important. If you can filter all of that and you show up with pure intention, look at what happens. Inhales, you twist from side to side. Last few rounds. In your eighth body, you are pure prana. Prana, the energy of life, life force. And in this life force, you can connect. You are abundant, you are whole, you are complete. You are the authority of your life. And you can get pretty authoritative. So that's something to watch out for. Last two. And last one, come to center, hold still, hold still, hold still. Inhale. Exhale. And release. If you're finding rock pose uncomfortable, feel free to come out of the posture, no harm. Here we're moving on now to wings. So bring your hands onto your shoulders and do your best to touch the back of your hands together. So you're inhaling, bringing the arms all the way up, elbows are up, and exhaling down. Good. So bringing your hands onto your shoulders, that's it, fingertips onto your shoulders, and then inhaling, bringing the shoulders up and bringing the back of the wrists together. Beautiful, that's it. Excellent modifications. In your ninth body, you are elegance, subtlety, and grace. You can imagine the symbolism of a pearl, shiny. And you know what created that pearl was a little bit of grit, a little bit of an irritation that slowly over time started to become a precious gift, a gift from the sea. Isn't that beautiful? These are feminine qualities. Feminine in the most expansive way of using that term. In your 10th body, you are radiant. You are the master of time and space. You are a diamond, and all eyes fall to you, as long as you work that properly. No playing small here. In your vastness, in your bigness, and how you show up is really your success, your radiance. And then finally, the 11th body is where it all comes together, integrating all of these things, where wealth and wisdom come together, where the number 11 becomes a powerful way to chant a mantra, 11 times for full access to prosperity, to consciousness, to enliven, to enrich your human experience. Those are the 11 bodies. Inhale deeply, bring your hands together, and exhale. Interlace your fingers, bring your arms up above your head, and now we begin a chopping motion. So from here, stretching the arms up, inhale here, exhale, lower the arms all the way down. Good, so inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down. If your shoulders are tight, maybe you just lift up to chest level. Good, otherwise all the way up, all the way down, clearing out any debris. So now we've covered all 10 bodies plus 11. What do you do with this information? Every single one of us shows up with one of these characteristics and qualities to answer the questions of life. And if you know the answers to your questions, what a different path that is. How much more knowingness would you show up with in your day-to-day life? How powerful, how connected. And that's where the connection between numerology and Kundalini Yoga come together. So when you know your numerology, you basically know your prescription, and then use Kundalini Yoga as your medicine. as your treatment, as your vitamin, as your booster. And that's something that you can do on a daily to help yourself feel better. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Inhale up and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Hold here. Squeeze root lock, squeeze anus, sex organs, navel center. Squeeze the lock, send the energy upwards. And exhale, release your hands all the way down. Beautiful. Relax here. Come out of this posture, come out of your rock pose and back into a cross-legged position. Take a moment, shake it all out before you sit again. There are 3 more pieces to this practice today. Keeping your hands on your knees. Inhale, bring both shoulders up. Exhale down. Inhale, left shoulder up. Exhale down. Inhale, right shoulder up. Exhale down. And then both up again. So we do this in a pattern now. Both up. Release, left up. Release, right up. Release. Coordinate everything with your breath. Beautiful. So that's how numerology and Kundalini Yoga are put together. And once you know a little bit more about Kundalini Yoga and numerology, it's much easier to make your way through this vast library of teachings and to really understand what's next. And that's something that I can help you with. If we sit down together and I map out your numerology, the pathway that comes in front of you then becomes much easier to navigate. I'll give you the details on how to connect with me at the end, but know that this is in the realm of possibility and really an amazing opportunity to take your next steps, for you to elevate, for you to go higher, to you level up, and for us to do that together. Once upon a time, a student asked the teacher, "How about if you teach me how to levitate?" And the teacher looked at that student right in the eye and said, "Why wouldn't you elevate and elevate everyone around you? Do something good for humanity rather than create a party trick and do that for yourself." So here we are now in this place and time and space where we all know that the way to rise is to rise with each other and to rise together and to do that work because you can. So why wouldn't you? Inhale deeply, bring both shoulders up and hold. Through the nose, exhale. Relax your shoulders down, take a moment. And noting your intention for today's practice, noting where you started and where you are right here, right now. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale as you circle all the way to the back. Exhale as you circle all the way to the front. Slow, gentle movements. Any pain in the neck, you just do it with your mind. Inhale deeply, come to center. Exhale completely. Relax your shoulders. Go in the opposite direction. Same exercise, opposite direction. Kriya for elevation. Inhale very deeply, come to center. And through the nose, exhale. We move now to the last part of today's Kriya, and that is frog pose. And so if you've been practicing with me for a while, you know that frog pose is one of my favorites, along with any kind of squatting. So here we go, never disappoint. So from here, coming on to hands and knees, separate your knees just a little bit so that you have extra space. Come up onto your toes, press up onto your toes, and bring your fingertips down to the ground. Cindy's demonstrating with a pillow, and that's a way to create a little bit more length for the arms so that she can move all the way up and all the way down. Try that out, see if it works for you. And from here, we're doing 26 frog poses, so really push your weight into your fingertips and into your toes. Bring the ankles together. the heels of your feet together. And then spread your knees open so that you have a wide stance. From here, inhale, lift the buttocks, look towards the knees. And as you exhale, lower back down again, same position. Go at your own pace. This is 26 at your own count. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down. Take your time. There is no rush here. You can always pause the video. Frog pose, literally one of my favorites. It's a great way to strengthen, to build capacity, to work your heart energetically, mentally, spiritually, work your heart, and to give yourself a challenge. 108 frog poses before bed is a great way to sleep well. When you're done 26, please come to seated. So you may feel an urge to do it a little quicker or a little slower. That's totally fine. Go at your own pace. And as you continue to practice this video over and over again, remember 40 days really makes a practice, or even 90 or 120 days. These are all part of the technique of Kundalini Yoga, very vast technology. And so here, as you go along and as you repeat the Kriya on a daily basis, you may find that some days are a little faster than others, some days a little bit slower, and that's totally fine. You'll have a little more challenge to your heart if you go faster, a little bit more challenge to your muscles if you go slower. When you're done 26, have a seat. If you'd like to pause for a relaxation, now's the time to do that. Set your timer for 3 minutes and then join us back. Press pause. And if you'd like to continue on, we're ready to do the final meditation. So for just a moment, let all the energy flow. Let the energy of the Kriya settle in. This is the meditation to open up opportunity. Perfect segue from the Kriya for elevation into this new platform to open up opportunity. So here we'll use a mantra as well as a mudra. So for the mudra, bring your hands together and press the palms together. So the flats of your palms are together, and then keep it very loose around the knuckles. So very softly pressing the fingertips together, and your second knuckles are apart. So the palms are not pushed in together, they're floating at the fingertips. And then angle the thumbs together away from the fingers, so point it a little bit more towards the chest. You can feel now a little bit of heat in between your hands. Close your eyes just a little bit, so there's a 1/10 open, and stare down at the tip of your nose. We're creating a focal point for the frontal lobe of the brain. This is where the manifesting happens, where the consciousness of you meets the reality of God itself. The mantra Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanak Ho Se Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanak Ho Se Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanak Ho Se Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanak Ho Se Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanak Ho Se Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanak Ho Se Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanak Ho Se Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanak Ho Se Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He be such. Nanaka hose be such. Last round. Ad such. Jugad such. He be such. Nanaka hose be such. This mantra is the last part of the Mool mantra. It means he was true in the beginning, true through the ages, and even now. Nanak will be true. And Nanak really represents the energy of creation. Keeping your palms together, bring your hands up to the center of your chest. Sit up tall and straight, lean up against your spine. Feel the connection here. The divine energy, your Kundalini energy spiraling around you, inside of you, and through all of the interactions that you have on a day-to-day basis. This is not a flash. This is not a spark. This is consciousness at its best, working through you. We close with the long Sat, short Nam, repeated 3 times. Sitting up tall and straight. Inhale very deeply. Exhale completely. Relax your thighs. Inhale, long Sat, short Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Please ground yourself, bring your forehead and your palms to the ground, closing off the energy of this powerful practice. Today we explored the connection of numerology, the 10 bodies, as well as Kundalini Yoga. A powerful practice and a way of getting to know yourself in your truest and highest form. If you'd like to know more about how your numerology forms and shapes your life, send me an email, love.yogavision@gmail.com, and we'll set up an appointment and talk and get that sorted out for you and your personal practice. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Salimah, yoga therapist. On behalf of all of us at Yoga Vision Studio, we absolutely adore having you with us online, on YouTube, and around the world as we form our global community. Much thanks to Cindy, to Vanessa, to Charles and Eve, Nori behind the camera, Shaliza behind the camera, all graduates of our yoga teacher training program. That's one more thing you can connect with me about. Send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. love.yogavision@gmail.com. Salimah saying bye for now.
Satnam, hello, my name is Charles and I am a graduate of YPT with Yoga Vision, and it's a beautiful program because of what happens to an individual. You go through a transformative process, an unfoldment of yourself, coming back to yourself, your true self, which is that of love. And so it's just an amazing journey, and for me, myself personally, seeing my transformation, for me to just come out of my shell, and to be more vocal in my everyday life. And I see it amongst other members in the YPTs as well. So it's a real deal. Yoga and Kundalini Yoga in general is a very, very powerful practice, and it just changes you to become a better person and for you to affect and inspire others. And I'm just very thankful and forever grateful, for Yoga Vision, where I am able to love, serve, and uplift. Thank you.